In this upcoming NBA season, we're about to witness some unworldly tanking. Some teams might not even win 15 games this year, and the reason for that is the stacked 2023 draft class, headlined by potentially the greatest NBA prospect since LeBron James, that being Victor Wembanyama. Yo, what's going on, yo? I'm JB Hoops, and today I'm breaking down the best prospect since LeBron James, which in my opinion is Victor Wembanyama, who I think is probably about 7'5", which is insane, has a 7'9" plus wingspan, and the flashes of his skill set throughout the years have been incredible, and that is why he's touted by many as the greatest NBA prospect since LeBron James. Now let's just get into this early insight to his game. The first thing that stands out when you watch him play is his impact on the defensive end. He obviously has incredible length, but he's also super mobile. I think he's the best defensive prospect since Anthony Davis. Evan Mobley is also a guy who probably comes close, but Victor Wembanyama is an elite rim protector with excellent shot blocking instincts. His length is just stifling and his timing is impeccable. And this year in France, he displayed his ability to protect the paint in one of the best leagues in the world. And he also displayed this ability against NBA quality opponents in the FIBA Under-19 World Cup. Another massive strength for Victor Wembanyama on the defensive end is his ability to defend the pick and roll. Wembanyama moves extremely well for someone his size, which allows him to defend the pick and roll in a variety of coverages. But where he's most comfortable is in drop coverage, where he is able to use his length to contain the ball handler and the roll man. The drop is also the most commonly used coverage in the NBA, so I think his defensive impact in this area will definitely project to the next level. Wembanyama is also capable of switching out onto guards and defending in space. He possesses elite mobility for someone over 7 foot, let alone over 7'3". He slides his feet really well, he's good with angles and can just force his opponent into terrible shots. Obviously his length helps him out a lot when he's guarding quicker players, because he can afford to sit back a little bit because of his Michael Jordan Space Jam dunk arms, which just makes him even more difficult to score against 1v1. When his opponent is able to create an advantage, Wembanyama is able to quickly change directions. He uses his length and foot speed to recover, he's able to block the attempt or at least force an extremely difficult shot, and I think he's definitely a generational talent in this sense. Obviously Victor has a long way to go in the strength department and with filling out his frame, but similar to Chet Holmgren in this year's draft, he isn't afraid of competing in the post and banging with stronger guys. He's great at using his length advantage to make finishes extremely difficult for his opponent, and he's also able to quickly recover when he's pushed out of position, so he's just always a threat to send back a shot even when he's forced out of position. And those are just my thoughts on his defensive impact and versatility. Now onto his offense, I just want to start with something simple, being his finishing. Wembanyama is excellent at running the floor super hard, he consistently beats his man down. He takes super long strides and is very coordinated for a guy his size. And then with his athleticism and length, when he's able to keep the ball high, he can dunk just about anything irrespective of the defense. Victor just makes everything look so simple offensively when it comes to finishing, and I think with his physical tools, he's going to continue to develop as a finisher. I also think Wembanyama's combination of speed, athleticism, and mobility will make him an elite finisher in the pick and roll. Anytime he gets a running start to the basket, he's almost impossible to stop. He can catch and throw down lobs no one else can even get close to, and he's really good at quickly slipping screens and diving to the cup, and I think with great passes in the NBA, he'll thrive off pick and roll sets in the half court. As for his touch, Wembanyama has pretty solid touch and the flashes have been very impressive. His footwork is super impressive and he's very decent at finishing through contact. Victor's also a very good cutter and will constantly be a threat for lobs in the dunker spot or off back screens. And I think with his size, athleticism and length, if he continues to put on muscle, he's going to be almost impossible to stop as a play finisher. Next up, I'm going to talk a little bit about his shooting. Wembanyama has excellent touch, which is reflected in his jumper. His range extends to well beyond the 3-point arc, where he has a smooth jumper with a pretty quick release, which is basically impossible to contest with his release point. Throughout his junior career, he hasn't really shot the ball too well. He shot 26% from 3 this year and only 18% at the FIBA Under-19s. But of the 12 games where he was fully healthy, he shot about 32.5% from 3, so that's very impressive. And if he can continue to show that he can knock down the 3, I really believe in him as a floor spacer at the next level. Basically every 3 for him is open, so if he's able to knock them down, it's going to be amazing. Because to contest his shot, you have to fully commit to closing out to him. But if you do that, he'll beat you off the bounce and get to the cup easily and finish everything. So I believe he truly has the potential to be practically unguardable. So expanding on that a little bit, I'm going to talk about his ISO scoring ability and potential. Wembanyama has a really solid handle. He can break his defender down off the bounce, create a shit ton of space with his footwork, coordination and mobility, and how he's able to utilize his handle at the next level could potentially make him a walking mismatch. He's able to attack closeouts and he's unstoppable with the amount of distance he covers in just a few strides. Watching him is just mind-blowing. Some of the clips here are crazy, and the talent of this man with his size is just incredible. Now onto the final part of this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about his playmaking. Whilst everything I've already covered in this video already proves this man is a one-of-a-kind prospect, what seals the deal and truly makes him a generational prospect is his ability to handle the basketball, push the pace off the glass, beat his man off the bounce, but also find his teammates on time and with precision. He's super creative with his passes, and because he's so tall, he has great vision, he's able to see over the defense and find open space to pass into, and he's just always had great passing instincts, and I think that will translate to the NBA. And I can confidently say Victor Wembanyama is one of the most talented players to ever pick up a basketball. That is all I got for this one. Let me know what you think of him. Do you think he's a generational prospect? But do you also think he has some competition for the #1 pick? Because there is a whole lot of talented guys in the 2023 draft class. So I'm not sure it's 100% guaranteed, but it might look like that, especially if he shows out this upcoming season. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate if you like the video to subscribe. Turn notifications on, got more videos coming soon. And JB Hoops